Well, hey there, prospective astronomy students. This is Mr. Thornhill with a short video to give you a little bit of an overview of the class. Here's a little overview of the topics we cover and in what order in this class. You can see an estimated duration of days for each unit, and that's pretty close to what happens. There's a little bit of wiggle room in there depending on the semester. But anyway, the class starts with an Earth-centered perspective. That is, what do we perceive standing on the Earth when we look out into the night sky? So Unit 1 is all about those cycles or patterns that we can detect. Um, it gives us good grounding for moving from there into the history of astronomy. So Unit 2 is about the ancient astronomers, cultures like the Mesopotamians and the Mesoamerican astronomers, things like that. So we'll talk about the Mayans and the Babylonians, Chinese. Then from there, we jump forward in time into the Renaissance, because it's there that we really start making dramatic advancements in our understanding of astronomy. Okay, so units 2 and 3 are the history of astronomy. Unit 4, we get into motion and gravity, and this begins a pair of units right here that are kind of pure science. So number 4 is mostly physics. There will be a fair amount of math in this unit. All equations will be provided for you, and we will go over how to solve and use them, but there will be some math in many of these, but especially in that one. Unit 5 is one of my personal favorites because it's all about light. The use of telescopes is analyzed, and how we even know anything about all these distant celestial objects are things that we discuss there. Then after Unit 5, if we pause, this is kind of the midway point of the course. And from here on, Units 6 through 11, we basically take a tour of the universe. We start with our own solar system, what we see here near us. We discuss the Earth as a planet, of course. There's some review of Earth science here. But then we talk about other planets and the other components of the system. We have a separate unit on the moon because it's so important and so lovely. And then we zoom out and talk about stars, then galaxies in general, and then finally the study of the entire universe itself, which is called cosmology. And we also discuss the chance for life elsewhere, a term that, or a topic that has been dubbed astrobiology. Hopefully at the end, we do have 3 or 4 days of review for the final exam. Like most classes, we do have textbooks. You can use either the physical textbook that's pictured here, or the free online textbook through a website called OpenStax. Both are excellent. You may use either or both in this class. Kind of standard list of supplies needed, but notice a calculator is one of those. And if you have a smart device of some kind, like a laptop, iPad, or smartphone, that would be super helpful, because we do use a lot of animations and software programs that really bring the class to life. One of my particular favorites is a program called Stellarium that essentially converts your laptop or phone into a planetarium that enables you to view the sky from anywhere on Earth at any time. It's really lovely. Okay, last slide really quick. There are no official prerequisites for this class. However, strongly encouraged that students will have already taken Earth or environmental science before they take this class. Furthermore, also strongly encouraged is that students have the ability to manipulate and solve simple algebra equations. You don't have to be a math genius, but you do need to be comfortable solving simple equations. We will go over how to do that in class, but we won't have as much time to do it as you might in a typical math class. So having those basic math skills is super helpful. Finally, what's the difference between honors and academic? Both follow the same pace, well, the same order of topics, but honors in general goes into a little bit more math detail. That is, they'll encounter a few more complex equations than you might in academic. And then just generally, honors goes into a little more depth with certain topics, particularly Unit 4 on physics, things like gravity, and then the last unit on cosmology and astrophysics. In addition, honors does have a few more assignments throughout the year than academic, and there's a little bit more of an expectation that students can complete their projects on their own without as much guidance from the teacher. Anyway, honors is recommended for any student who has a decently strong math background, and or who is willing to challenge themselves, and or who is especially interested in astronomy. All right, I hope this has been helpful. And again, I am Mr. Thornhill. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.